This for him and his career to finally get on top of an Lgct podium, to finally be the king of the mountain. Michael Duffy has gone on to beat everybody else. Clapton, Mush and him now find themselves on top of the podium and the Lgct Global Champions Tour Grand Prix winner of Miami Beach. My name is Mark Lewis. Welcome back to GCTV. What a jump off this was, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Duffy in first place. Take nothing away from Julian Epaillard as well. Max Kuhner being beaten out. It was only because of the double clear of Michael Duffy, the only man, in fact, to jump double clear in Miami. Everyone else in the jump off having fences fall down, having either 4 or 8 penalties. So Michael Duffy, if there was ever an afternoon to earn it, if there was ever an afternoon to beat out the world's best of Eduardo Alvarez, Asna, Marlon Bayard, Jonsson, today was the day. Special notice as well, by the way, to Thibaut Spitz. What a performance and what a weekend it has been for the young Belgian. On the podium yesterday in the Global Champions League. Now it's still just 24 years of age, getting into today's jump-off, rubbing shoulders with the best of the world. It has been a very, very special weekend for Thibaut Spitz, and he will continue developing. He will continue improving. We wait for the podium celebrations to get underway. We have a few stories to chat to you about. But first, before we get into that, there was a lot spoken about Katrin Eckermann, Miss Miami, a 2-time winner here after winning back in 2022 and in 2023. Everyone hoping, waiting for the three-peat. And unfortunately for Katrin Eckermann, it was not meant to be for her and Kalamandia. We caught up to get some reaction after her round.
Katrin, it wasn't meant to be today, but just sum up how you're feeling.
I'm feeling very good, I must say. I find my horse jump really good, and I had an injury in January, so I came really late to some shows. So we only did two star shows before, and I think she jumped very good yesterday and also today. We were not that lucky. But anyway, it's a nice show, and we won twice the Grand Prix here, so I like this show.
No one can ever take that away from you. Coming into the show, though, you had a huge amount of pressure on your shoulders. Was that playing on your mind today?
Maybe a bit, but I find I had a good round. And yeah, my horse jumped good, and I'm quite happy, I must say.
Going forward then into Mexico, what are the plans there?
Yeah, well, we have first arrived safe there, and then it's another arena. It's a grass arena, so completely different than this one here. It's a big arena, so I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, I have the 2 horses, the same ones, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Unlucky today, but we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for chatting to us.
Thank you.
So those are the thoughts of Katrin Eckermann, unable to get over the line today with Kalamandia as the top 3 riders. We've just seen Michael Duffy. There is Max Kuhner. And here comes Julian Epaillard into the ring to get onto the podium. But before we do that, we thought it would be quite important to have a conversation with this man, Eduardo Alvarez Asnar. Thank you very much for joining us. Do you have any idea why I wanted you to come through and talk now?
Yeah, now I know, because they already told me.
Why did they take my surprise away? Eduardo, I have a surprise for you, and I have a present. Well, maybe it's not such a surprise. This is for you, sir. You are now the new official championship leader of the Lgct Global Champions Tour. So you don't win in Miami, but you do win in other ways. Talk to me about what this means now for you as the season continues to develop. You jumped really well. You made up good championship points. Championship lead, how does that feel?
Well, I have a very nice feeling, especially with the horse that I've jumped at both Grand Prix. It's my old horse, Rockefeller. He's 19, probably is his last season this year, so that means a lot for me. He's in really good shape. He jumped fantastic in Doha. He jumped fantastic here in Miami. Yesterday, only 1 time fall. Today, jumped fantastic in the Grand Prix. I had a bit unlucky fault in the jump off, but I'm very happy with his performance, and he looks fit and in good shape for the rest of the season.
Amazing to see that he's still only 19 years of age and he's still performing the way he is. Talk to me about the relationship that you have with Rockefeller over the years. How much has that developed from when you were first working together to where you find yourself with now?
Well, at the beginning, with every horse, it takes a little bit your time to connect. With this horse, for sure, I had a very special connection since many years ago. He has been my championship horse and for all the big events. Okay, now he had a little rest, he had a little injury, and now he came back very strong.
Well, I want to say congratulations. You are the new championship leader, and we will see you in Mexico City.
Thank you very much.
Of course, we know, is Eduardo Alvarez Asna. Let's go through to the podium celebration. And your top 3 finishers of Miami Beach are now awarded their celebrations. Yeah, perfect, Eduardo. Gracias.
And Clapton Mouche on the French bred by Conrad Z and Elan de la Cour. As they now play the Irish national anthem.
The national anthem of Ireland being played loud and proud for Michael Duffy, who for the first time in a very emotional afternoon finds himself on top of a Longines Global Champions Tour podium. What a performance this has been for Michael Duffy and Clapton Mouche. We will bring him into the studio in a few moments' time. Max Kuhne, on multiple podiums in the past, finds himself in second place. And Julian Epaillard finds himself in third. You see the emotion on the face of Michael Duffy, of what this means to him, to hold his cap aloft, to raise his Longines cap above his head and celebrate this performance. What this means for him and what this means for his team behind him. A little bit earlier on, indicating that this victory has been dedicated to a very special cause that we'll get more information on. Handshakes all round. Of course, Jan Tops, the president and founder of the Longines Global Champions Tour, and of course the Global Champions League as well. Handing out the trophies, first to Julian Epaillard, now going across the podium to Max Kuhne in second place. Max Kuhne jumping with 4 penalties in the jump-off. EIC coolly jumped the cube, stopping the clock at 41.59. But there was no one other than Michael Duffy that stopped the clock with a double clear. And he did so in a wonderful time as well, at 43.6. Double clear presented with his Longines timepiece. One that I'm sure he will treasure and enjoy and appreciate living in the moment, as the fans just outside of the ring enjoy being ringside as well. We've spoken a lot this week about the intimacy of this ring, about the fans essentially not having a grandstand. They can simply walk off of South Beach and right up to the perimeter of the ring to watch the world's best show jumpers compete here on GCTV. And there is the moment. There is the front page of the papers of Michael Duffy, higher than the rest. He will now come off the podium. Champagne being sprayed. And wonderful for the champion to get sprayed on both ends from Max Kuhne and Julian Epaillard. I imagine that when Mikey Pender, I beg your pardon, when Michael Duffy makes his way into the ring, there might be some pretty soaked jumpers there. And take a look at what that means as well to Julian Epaillard. We will hear from them, of course, third and second in a few moments' time as well. We will talk to all of those riders that find themselves on the podium. And what a moment, take nothing away from Eduardo Alvarez Asna. Jumps clear in the opening round, gets into the jump-off, and despite not going on to win the Lgct Grand Prix, what he does get to do is make up enough championship points that he now takes over the championship lead. He now holds on to that Longines armband. He is now the man to catch going into Mexico City. Of course, Christian Kukuk and the rest will be chasing him in a couple of days' time. But there, from Abdel Said in Doha, we now progress to Eduardo Alvarez Asna in the new championship lead. There were some very big names that competed in today's Lgct Grand Prix of Miami Beach. A 3-time LGCT season champion in Ben Maher competed today in point break. He was unable to get over the line, but we caught up with the Olympic medalist and of course with a multi-LGCT champion after his performance. Here he is on point break. We've seen a lot of new horses being produced from Ben Maher in recent years. And here he is again, continuing to develop future stars, developing future champions is Ben Maher. Being overlooked as well, Natalie Dean, one of the riders that he trains. And it was that triple combination that just proved to be so tricky for so many of the riders. And even someone as experienced as Ben Maher had just a little bit of difficulty getting out of that triple combination. He finally gets himself out of it. And again, he holds on to those 4 penalties, adds no more to it. But he knows that that costly error meant that there would be no spot in the jump-off for Ben Maher. There would be no opportunity to go on and win the LGCT Grand Prix of Miami. But again, continuing to develop that talents. Ben Maher, who's won it all. He's won everything on a global champion stage, everything on the international stage as well. So how did Ben Maher then feel about that performance? Well, we caught up with him afterwards.
For you today, just tell me what went wrong. What did you feel?
Yeah, point breaks jumped great, but he's not so experienced in these rings. Just found him a little distracted this week, looking at the beach and the people around. He jumped well. It's a difficult combination for a less experienced horse going right towards the gate, and could have just done to been a little bit more balanced going in, and just got a bit close coming out. But on the whole, happy with him, and not too far to go home this evening.
We've not seen many clears actually through today. Do you think it's a fair course? Do you think the course is tricky, or is it the arena? What do you make of it?
Location-wise, it's beautiful, but it's not obviously designed for horses here. So this ring will very much suit some horses, but on the whole, horses will find it more difficult here with what's going on around and the close proximity of the people. So something extra we have to deal with this week.
You've also been helping and coaching Natalie Dean along the way. What did you make of her around today?
Yeah, we were a bit disappointed with that. Probably didn't have the... we were planned to bring a different horse here for her, and this one had to step in. So again, perhaps not the perfect horse for this arena. But it's all a learning curve for her at this point, and we look to some better results in Mexico.
We look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Fantastic to have Ben Maher once again competing on a global champions stage. A very big year for him internationally, a very big year for all of the top riders internationally. But now we have third place finisher Julian Epaillard standing by. Rosie Tapner, let's hear from our third place finisher.
Thank you, Mark. Julian, that is your first Lgct Global Champions Tour Grand Prix podium. That must feel fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It is. The horse is in a really good form. He won in Paris 3 weeks ago, and then he won yesterday, the first run, and he is in the podium.
We only saw one double clear today. How tough was that course?
Yeah, the first one was really big and clear. I don't know why in the jump off is not many clear. I don't know why, but I go at the beginning, so I try to do fast.
It's a tough course for sure, and not many double clears today. But you are on the podium in Miami Beach. What a setting for it.
Amazing, amazing. I don't know what I can say, but amazing. It's my first time in America. First time, yeah, and my first podium. I'm really happy today.
What about your support crew here today with you? How much does that mean to you to have them alongside you?
Don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I'm actually in flying. I'm flying with this horse because he's every time clear. No, almost every time clear. not in a jump off, but almost. So yeah, I'm really happy. I don't know what I say more.
I can really see the emotion from you. Enjoy every second of your podium finish, and I wish you the best of luck in Mexico as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, he jumped also.
unable to put into words the performance that he has now put together. Julian Epaillard finishing on the podium in 3rd place today. His first time in America, he says, well, it's a pretty good time to come around. But the show today is dominated, the performance today, the class today is dominated by one man and one man alone. The only man to jump double clear in Miami Beach today in the Lgct Grand Prix. And that man is your champion of Miami Beach for 2024, as Michael Duffy now joins us in the studio. Michael, many would say it's about time. They've been waiting for the class to come through. They've been waiting for you to get it all right on the same day. How does it feel to finally be standing on top of that podium?
Yeah, look, it's hard for me to put it into words. Maybe I've been trying a bit too hard for a few years, but yeah, look, it's great to get my nose finally in front, and hopefully now we can keep going now.
Do you think maybe the over-obsessing about it has caused some troubles for you in the past? You mentioned, have you been pushing too hard for it sometimes?
I don't know about that, but no one will ever accuse me of not trying hard enough anyway, so but it's great. Like, it's only I think my 3rd show on Clapton, so he's a great jumper, and I'm eternally grateful to Steffex to ride him.
Talk to me about Clapton, because if you take a look at the starting lineup in the Grand Prix and in the jump-off, with the most respect in the world, not many people would be looking at Clapton as a real danger, yet here we are discussing a totally different story. Give me a bit of breakdown, give me a bit of background, give me a little more about Clapton.
Yeah, but he's always been a really, really good horse. Like, he's won Grand Prix with Petronella Anderson before. You know, she did a really good job on him. So the horse always had a bit of class, you know, and yeah, as I said, I'm just lucky to be able to ride these caliber of horses, and yeah, hopefully now we can kick on and try and win a few more.
What do you think was the big difference today? We've seen you on the podium many times before. Finally today, everything seemed to click. What was that deciding factor? What was that determining factor?
I think it just fell my way today, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there was any one particular thing that suited or didn't suit, you know. It was a long jump off, a lot of delicate fences. My horse is extremely careful. Like, the harder you go, the higher he goes, you know. And it was just, look, it's just one of those classes that, you know, the few before me had a couple of rails, and I wanted to be as fast as I could, but not do anything mad, you know. Yeah. And it was just enough to put pressure on that they had to go, and yeah. So look, as I said, no one particular thing. It just bounced. You know, the ball fell my way today. That was it. Well,
we do have you around. I'd like you to take a look at the monitor. We are going to play it for you. If you can put on your commentating boots, your commentating headphones, talk us through what was taking place here, what was happening in certain approaches. Take us through how this.
Yeah, well, I was too far off number 1, so then I had to go too much. Ended up a bit wide to number 2, and he stumbled. But then he was good. I could slow down the 9 to the double, get that out of the way. I don't like doubles and jump off, so I like to get them out of the way first. Yeah, and then I just whipped around here, took the first one I saw. Again, this oxer came down 3 or 4 times, so I took my time, wanted to jump it first. Then it was a nice standard 7 to the Liverpool.
Also went down multiple times. Very safe like that as well.
Yeah, maybe I had 1 extra here that I didn't want, and then I had 8 home. Just when I was clear that far, I knew he wasn't going to knock the last, so I just...
That felt reached. That felt like a big reach.
Yeah, but sure, when you have to commit...
Yeah.
Just keep going. Huh?
All right, listen, before we let you go, I believe that Rosie Tapner is standing by with Max Kuhner. We want to hear the thoughts and reaction of our 2nd place finisher. Rosie, let's hear from Max.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Max, just want to talk to you about your round. First of all, congratulations, 2nd on the podium here in Miami Beach. But you were also the fastest time of the day as well. Did you expect to go that fast?
Yeah, Cooley is a very fast horse. I know that. And I know that he can win a class like that.
In your round, though, he did have a little slip just before you knocked the fence down. Do you think it was the result of that slip?
Okay, he's really sensitive horse, and I took a tight turn and he slipped away. So after the slip, I need to give him a little bit of push to get to the next fence. And he's so sensible, he will remember that push. And I could feel the next fences that I had to keep him a little bit more back, because he was already having that push in mind. Could be the reason why the fault happened.
Being on the podium here in Miami Beach, though, just how special is that?
Yeah, that's special. It's a very special venue here. It's tight for the horses, but it's very special with the great view on the sea, and it's something special here.
Huge congratulations. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Right. Sorry, Michael and I are chatting. I have an Lgct Grand Prix winner here. I apologize. Right. Michael, a little bit earlier on, there was a wonderful dedication that you spoke about. You talk about the importance of having the right reasons to do this and who you do things for. Would you just talk to us about, you know, what this means for you emotionally and just the story behind that dedication today?
Yeah, well, listen, as I said, there's so many people to dedicate. I kind of rushed it a bit earlier, but, you know, as I said, Stefex that own him. You know, I've got some great owners, Courtney and Sloan Hobson, Elaine and Tim Stormans. You know, they've helped me immensely. Monica McCourt, my own folks, my parents, you know, Paul and Katrin, they reared me, so they owe a good bit of it too. But yeah, no, my best friend Jack Dodd there, he died in a car crash a few years ago. So it was, and I still be very close to his parents. So that was, I always said when I won my first one, I wanted to dedicate it to him. So that's where that came from.
That's beautiful. That really is. Talk to us now about the rest of the week coming up. We know Mexico is a couple of days away. Do you rush into Mexico? Do you take a few days to relax now? What's the plan for you?
Yeah, well, we don't start jumping in Mexico till Thursday, so we'll hang out here in Miami for a couple of days and yeah, catch up on some sleep.
Heading out to the beach, are you?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be a great man on the beach now, but.
But SPF 50, they make that now. It's
well,
okay.
I don't know. You need sunglasses with my white skin, so you would. But yeah, so like we'll just hang out here and let the horses chill out and yeah, get to Mexico and go again.
It's fantastic to finally have you up here. We hope that this builds up some momentum, that you do very well in Mexico City as well. Big championship points up for grabs as well, and a golden ticket to what I was normally going to say Prague, now in Riyadh. An entry into that Lgct Super Grand Prix. How much of a dream, how much of a goal has that been for you?
Yeah, like I spent the last 10 years, you know, watching all these good guys winning classes and trying to catch up to them. So it's great. Now nice to get it done early as well. We can, you know, sit back and program a bit towards the playoffs in Riyadh.
Get some sun on the body, enjoy the rest days. We'll see you in Mexico City. Michael Duffy, your champion of the Lgct Grand Prix of Miami Beach. What a performance from him, and what a performance from the entire podium, but from Clapton in particular. Standout, the only pair to go double clear today. This is now what the new championship standings look like, following the victory of Michael Duffy and following the jump-off performance of Eduardo Alvarez Aznar. He now becomes your new championship leader. Max Kuna, in fact, jumps into second place, just a single point behind. Christian Kukuk, despite not being in the jump-off, moves into the top three. Now take a look at that. Michael Duffy, hello, a brand new number 4 in the Lgct overall championship standings. Abdul Saeed winning in Doha, not present here this week, falls away, and Simon Balestra makes up some time. So, to Michael Duffy, congratulations on a wonderful performance. And Eduardo Alvarez Aznar going on to become your new championship leader. We essentially say goodbye and thank you to Miami Beach. We all have a couple days to rest, to regather. And guess what? We'll see you soon in Mexico City. Bye-bye.
In this vibrant city of color and flavors, my spirit soars. With each leap, I feel the strength of the past guiding me, propelling me to write my own destiny. A chance to push beyond, to become more than I was. With each thundering hoofbeat, adrenaline surges. Every obstacle a challenge embraced, a victory waiting to be claimed. Join me in this dance, in this vibrant embrace of passion and power.
The Longines Global Champions Tour of Mexico City from the 11th to the 14th.
Elegance is an attitude.
Of course it is.
Elegance is an attitude.
Of course it is.